This is MATHguide.com, and my name is Mark Karadimos. In this video, you're going to see how the quotient rule works. I'm not going to derive it, that's a different video, and I'll post the link to that video in the comments section. So let's say that we have a function, and let's say this function is made up of two separate functions in a ratio. So the numerator would be 12x squared minus 6x, and the denominator would be 2x. Let's say I wanted to find the derivative of this h of x, of this quotient of functions. Well, there's two different ways to do it. Well, you know, the easiest way, I would assume this would be the easiest way, is you would first divide these. So I'm going to take 12x squared divided by 2x, you get 6x. You take negative 6x divided by 2x, and you get minus 3. And then you take the derivative. Alright, so if you use the power rule for each of these terms, derivative there would be 6. Derivative of a constant would be 0, and there you go. Done, right? Pretty easy to do. Now let's try our second method. Our second method, I'm going to use this formula. Okay, well, if I'm using the formula, it tells me how to do it. It says take f prime. Okay, I'll take the derivative of that. That would be, let's see, that would be 24x minus 6. And then multiply it by g of x. Subtract f of x. And multiply that f of x times g prime, or in other words, the derivative of this, which would be 2. And don't forget the denominator. It says that we're going to take this entire numerator and divide it by the square of g of x. If I square that, I get 4x squared. Now, this is going to require some algebra. So if I do the distributive property, I'm going to get 48x squared. I'm going to get minus 12x. Here I'm going to get a, let's see, I'm going to multiply and then take the opposite. So that would be 24. That would be negative 24x squared. Let's see, that would be negative 12. Take the opposite. That would be a positive 12x. And I'm dividing that all by 4x squared. Okay, so I'm just doing some algebra, right? And I'm going to continue to clean this up. All right, so continuing on, I'm going to get, let's see, I've got 48 minus 24, that's 24x squared. I got, let's see, negative 12, positive 12, they're gone, all over 4x squared. And I get this thing to be, that looks like it's 6. All right, well, you could see that I'm getting the same answer had I done it the other way. So you could see that this rule does work. Yeah, I know you're wondering, well, why use the rule when you could use an easier method? Sometimes you can't. Depending on the functions of f and g that are involved, you might not be able to do that. This may be the easiest of the two techniques. All right, let's jump into our second example. So again, I'm trying to find the derivative of h of x, where h of x is a quotient of two functions. And let's say our numerator is 12x to the fourth minus 6x squared. And let's say our denominator is 3x. And we're going to figure out what the derivative is. Now, I'm not going to evaluate the two different techniques like I did for the last example. I'm going to jump right in with the quotient rule, because that's the whole point of this video, right? It's just to get an idea of how it is you're supposed to use the quotient rule. So it says that we take f prime, in other words, the derivative of our numerator, which is 48x cubed minus 12x times g of x minus, let's see, f of x, which is our numerator, 6x squared, all times the derivative of our denominator. And of course, the whole thing is over the square of the denominator. So if I square that, I get 9x squared. Okay, so it's leaning a little to the right here. But anyway, let's do a little bit of algebra, right? Let's multiply everything through here by 3. So what do we get? 12. 30. So let's see what they 24. 12, 14. It's a 144 x to the 4th. That's negative 36 x squared. Okay, now I'm going to multiply these by 3 and then take the opposite. So that'll be a negative 36 x to the 4th plus 18 x squared, all divided by 9x squared. All right, moving along. Let's see, combining some like terms. 144 minus 36 is 108. Let's see, negative 36 plus 18 is a negative 18. So we're just simplifying, right? Combining like terms all over the 9x squared. Okay, now, since I can't combine like terms in the numerator any further, let's divide. So I take 108 divided by 9. Let's see, that was 1. That's 12. 12x squared. And divide here, I'm going to get a 2, a minus 2. And there you have it. So that is h prime, the derivative of h. All right, so I would really appreciate it if you went back to MATHguide.com. Check out our lessons, our quizzes, and our instructional videos. We have hundreds of those available. And of course, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day.